Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Griftlands, where today we continue the adventures of an even eviler rook than last time, if you can imagine such a thing. And also, I guess we keep making friends with the bog. Have we talked to Pengamont today? No, we still have comments. Okay, so, I mean, the bog coin is pretty straight up. Do we want the emissary coin? That's interesting. I guess if I was... The Seeker's coin is probably the right way to go here, right? This is interesting, though, because there definitely are red cards that want you to have some influence. Like, there's that one that trades influence into a larger amount of dominance and stuff. I'm going to take the Seeker's coin, though. That seems like a strong one. And I think with that, we are just off on our way, right? I don't think there's anything else we particularly need to do early on here. So, we're supposed to go to Calandra first, right? Oh no, you suddenly feel a white-hot stinger on the back of your neck. Well, the good news is, you know, we get whenever we draw a Parasite card, we draw another card to replace it. Yeah, alright, stem and twig. Nothing else to do here, so you continue on your way. Well, if I'm good at one thing, it's hatching cards. So, shall we begin? I imagine there's a great deal of work to be done yet, undermining the enemy. Now, we've been laying the groundwork since the small hours. Now it's your turn. I do love a little bit of asset liberation. The workers here in Grout Bog outnumber the technocrats 3-1. If manpower was all it took, this whole conflict would have been over before it started. Workers' rights, safety regulations, and we'd have it all. Sadly, that sounds like a fantasy. Where I'm from, can't imagine it. And it is, so long as the Spark Barons keep a tight grip on all the latest and greatest tech. The threat of it is enough to give them power. If this revolution's gonna have legs, we need supplies. One of our scouts had a lead, but she hasn't reported back, and I'm getting worried. I need you to check it out for me. Rescue the scout if you can, and secure the supplies no matter what. Yeah, alright. Check in on Jand, use Jand's info to liberate a cache of weapons. Jand was last seen at the last stand. Try looking for her there. We don't really have the money to be buying provisions, probably. Is this a character we've not seen before? I think it might be. It takes a mean life to put that mean look in Jan's eye. Jan nods in acknowledgement of your presence. Well, okay, it's a start. I mean, I guess let's just get to it. If we make her like us, then there's a chance that the negotiation that might be behind this thing will be a little bit easier. But I guess let's just go for it. We don't really have that much money. You flash Jan to the secret rise hand sign that Calandra taught you. You forget to hook your thumb, but that's close enough. Yeah, Calandra sent me. She says you haven't checked in. Seeing as you're warm and cozy here, I expect she's going to want a good explanation. I mean, not that I'm complaining. This is the easiest rescue mission I've ever partaken. I guess it depends on how deep your pockets are. The thing is, I can't leave. Not until I pay off my tab. You haven't reported in because you're in debt to the barkeep? Hey, freedom fighting is thirsty work. Calandra has a bar at the headquarters. Why not just drink there? I like the swill here better. Okay, how much debt are we talking about? I don't know. More than I have, that's for sure. Honestly, I kind of lost track. I've been bussing tables between double shifts at the dig for 4 days. Well, what about the cash? Can you just tell me where to find it? That way I can at least take it to Calandra. I could do that, but maybe I can't remember unless I'm actually going there myself, you know? Besides, if I don't pay off the rest of my debt soon, the barkeep will just sell it to the Spark Barons. Then they'll put me on probation, watching my every move. Some freedom fighter you are, holding yourself hostage and demanding a ransom. Look, I fight for my own freedom first, and everyone else's comes second. You get me out of debt, then I'll take you to the cash. You know, there's a certain sort of logic to it, I guess. Secure your own mask and whatnot. But also, how dare you? What kind of rebel racks up that kind of bar tab? The double agent kind? Spark Barons come here. They talk more if they're drunk, so I buy them drinks. You want that cash? You're gonna have to help me pay for it. You know, honestly, it's very hard for me to throw stones in this particular glass house. All right, let's deal with the tab, maybe? Nope, that's the same question. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go ask you about the tab, right? So Jan's tab is 200 shills. Yow. Okay, let's ask Hebel to just forgive it. Look, buddy, friendo. That ain't my name, Grifter. Well, I mean, not with that attitude. Look, I need you to just like a little bit let Jan off the hook. And why would I do that, friend? I have lots of good reasons. Give me a second here. I'll figure them out. Okay, so gains 2 composure whenever we play a purple. Well, it does feel like we probably ought to start with the Visionary Vulgar. Okay, so that just goes off when we draw it. Well, not a lot of great stuff here, honestly. And a really bad draw, just truly awful. I guess let's start by gambling a little bit. Okay. Kind of hoping we would end up drawing a card that'd be a little more relevant. We cannot save this. Oh, right. I start with 2 rig snails. It does not. In fact, there was no chance of us gaining anything there. All right. Well, we're still gonna lose our pet, sadly, but at least we don't take any overflow. Wow. Wow, everything is so bad. I guess give me some actions for next turn. Yeah. All right, we're definitely blowing that up. Gaining dominance in a way that does not help at all. And then I think I just hold off on the call it, right? We do our flips next turn after this resolve wears off. Or the composure, rather. Alright, so another one of these, and adds 2 slurred speech cards to your draw pile. Well, I don't know that I do want to destroy that. Also, I don't know that I'm going to have a choice, right? A lot of our damage is fairly random. I think there's a good chance that I do not have a choice here. I guess we'll see what happens. Let's burn that. Gain ourselves a dominance, and then just like flip the coin a lot. I really don't want the slurred speech. But yeah, like the damage from flipping our coin is going to be... You know what? Let's just go ahead and blow it up. It's going to happen either way. Alright, so now we legitimately might flip heads. And then... Do I cash out for 6? Is 6 good enough? I'm gonna hold on to it. Well, not very good, frankly. I kind of think we're just like, am I going to... Here, let's do this. Sure. We're not going to do any damage this turn. Kind of considering playing slurred speech, but I think what I actually want to do is just cover myself. We'll let all that composure build up and then just fall off. All right, now the murdering. Not going quite as smoothly as I might have hoped. So if we take draw 3 cards, I mean, we're definitely setting up a fair amount of composure to have to fight through. Maybe it is once again a matter of just like... Yeah, maybe I just cover. Gives me an opportunity to burn that. All right, let's do some actual damage here. Come on. Well, we're getting through our stem. Yep. Knew it. Let's do some damage. Right, flipping the coin does... It's not that helpful. I should have just gone ahead and started with that. I should have known that it wasn't going to be any better than that. And then we just take a huge amount of damage. And I'm fatigued, but at the same time, I don't really have a lot of other moves. Okay, that's something. And then just like slurred speech and rationale some of the damage. And now if we draw cash out, we just blow them up immediately with it. Remember, we are already past fatigue, so we're not going to gain any XP off of anything here. I guess let's do that to rig coin. There we go. That was a really long battle for not a huge amount of gain. Ooh. So this does still count as a flip. Set does still count as a flip. That's interesting. I think the thing about this is that we do have some stuff where we care about it being heads. I think I would rather just have the extra card draw, though, most of the time. Because like a lot of the things where we want the coin to be able to be heads, it's stuff that where like there's a gamble on the card, so setting it prior to the gamble doesn't actually help. Lose composure from friendly arguments. These all seem kind of not in line with what we're doing. Yeah, I heard there's a strike going on. The laborers are out for blood. If you work one of them to the bone, or worse, pass the debt along. I mean, that makes you look a lot like a spark baron yourself, don't it? That's got some truth to it. Things are tense lately. Fine, the debt is cancelled. But you tell that mooch her drinks cost double from now on. Shills up front, too. Well, by the frothing surf, you actually got me off, huh? That's what you strong-armed me into doing, wasn't it? That's great work. Real professional. Jan pulls a scrap of soiled paper from her pocket. So it shouldn't be too hard for someone as smart as you to figure out my shorthand. Yeah, have at it. Hang on, this tells me where to find it. What if it's guarded? Well, then you gotta use your wiles or whatever. I need to get to my next shift before the truancy officer comes looking for me. No, you are coming with us. You only got out of your stupid debt thanks to me. Well, that's the truth, I suppose. Everybody's just like immediately go after the trained pet. What is wrong with you? Okay. So let's boost through a slug storm here. That'll make dig free. And I'm just going to play Reckless Insults for XP. Hooray. There we go. This is going better already. I always forget what this one does. Okay, that's the propaganda one. Yeah, let's Slug Storm again. Pretty good. So we don't have the rationale necessary to completely save our pet this time. But maybe we get there. Nope. Oh, sorry. Yes, we absolutely do. And then I may as well flip it next turn when the draw might actually be relevant if it does come up heads. Or sorry, I know it won't come up heads. Well, let's play Dig for the XP. And then I guess for the same reason, let's finish this with Cash Out. Yeah, that went a lot better. Draw 2 cards, then gamble, and those cards cost 1 less until played. So, I believe it is the case that if we upgrade this, it lets us change the heads to snails, right? Even so, do I think this is good? I kind of just not interested. All right, you remember that freedom fighting we talked about? Now's the time. Fine. I swear you sound just like my ma. Yeah, before she, got killed in that cave-in. Huh. That probably won't happen to you. Anyway, we going or what? Yeah, the game just reminding you, this is a mining town we're talking about. In case, if it sees you siding with the Spark Barons too much, it's like, do you remember that they're horrifically evil, right? Jand proves a worthy guide, keeping the branches out of your face and the leeches out of your boots. Eventually, she stops short, gesturing for silence. You do your best to comply as a bloodsucker buzzes angrily in your ear. We're getting close, just on the other side of this patch. You slowly lean forward, peering through the sharp branches. On the far side, you can make out Baron uniforms, sparkling clean despite the muck. Careful. With a second peek, you recognize one of the Barons. It's Delano again. Well, Delano does not love me. We just charge in here and try to murder our way through the fight. My resolve could use a little bit of a boost. We'll have a bonus action on the first turn. I'm wondering if it's worthwhile to just kill Delano. Who blacklisted me? Just some guy I don't know. All right, so killing Delano is more likely to get us a boon or a bane than to help us, right? Because somebody who liked Delano will have a problem with it. But I do feel like with Jand being as tough as she apparently is, this will make Delano hate me. So I will be best off just killing. Yeah, let's just do it. This will give me a chance to recover some resolve. Allies gain a small amount of panic at the start of your turn. Oh, that's annoying. That's actually really annoying. All right. So I guess let's crank and then visionary hammer. Do I want to just open with a... I think I do. Let's just flourish. We'll get our flourish back by the end of the day. Alright, so we're going to end up at 6 defense as things sit now. I think I'm going to take Boosted Blowout and then just not play it this turn. We'll just keep that around for later. And Ripper doesn't do anything here, except I guess 3 to 6 damage is better than any other card we have access to. Or I could just hunker down. I'm going to do this. Yeah, and I'm gonna keep that in my deck. So I'm happy to see that our teammate here has a rocket launcher. Discard a random card and reduce static shock. Yo, that sucks. That's really bad. Okay, this is all coming from Delano. I'm just gonna bog Delano down. Let's just not engage with that nonsense. And then also I'm gonna keep hatching. Never stop hatching. Okay. I believe I will toss out the Lumen Bomb. Okay. Even more blowout so that we can get a really strong shovel off here. Then I guess you're already on... Yeah, let's go after you, because you're already going to give up. And we're totally killing Delana, but we can potentially let this other dude go. So do I want to eat your impair? Yeah, it's not going to hit me that hard. That lets me get a kick and then pistol whip, I guess, is fine. You know what? Let's do it with the blast, just to level that up. Okay. Yeah, she seems great. I'm a big fan. So what else do we want to get XP on? Let's do this. And then I'm gonna blast. Hold on. So all fighters on the same team. Just trying to make sure we're getting our XP out here. You, I will accept the surrender. And I didn't even have to be technically responsible for the murder. I don't think that that's gonna like count for anything. We've almost hatched that second debug secret already, which I'm very happy about. I'm feeling like we're in pretty good shape here. So adds bonus damage equal to 25% of the target's health. Next turn, get one fewer action. Okay. Boy. That seems like it'll be really good one time in one boss fight. If you are empty, attack twice and then gain one charge. I'm into it. That seems really good. The Baron breaks and runs for the trees. You check over the cash crates. Surprisingly, they're full of imported Admiralty weapons. Now, you don't want to be caught by Spark Barons with these in your pockets, but you can move them to a spot more agreeable to the next Rise Rebel who comes looking. Once you and Jan have covered your tracks, she lifts her hands, cupped with the first mound of dirt, to camouflage the boxes. But some plot binds her, and you can tell at a glance it's a juicy one. This looks like more weapons than the Rise has hands to wield them, wouldn't you say? Would I? I mean, Kalandra doesn't exactly know what's in the cache. She'd never know if we, took some initiative. You'd risk getting caught with a weapon. That's contraband. Well, we wouldn't have them for long. Not all the workers are part of the Resistance, and some of them got bad judgment. We sell them the weapons to use for their own reasons, and then just pocket the change. Mahesh, more likely than not, they'll distract the Barons by making trouble their own. If this is such a good idea, why not run it past Kalandra? Kalandra? That's too messy for her tastes. She's out for blood as long as it's a Baron, but too soft on the strikebreakers and scabs, if you ask me. Yeah, let's do it. Let's engage in a little bit of subterfuge. I could use the money. It's always time for profit, I find. Great. I'll just take a few arms and head off to find a buyer. Yeah, I already have a couple folks in mind. You keep Kalandra off the scent, and we'll meet up after to split the profits. Jan helps herself to the cache without another word, and you head off to tell Kalandra about the weapons. Well, the ones that are left, anyway. So I imagine that's going to take a little bit of a negotiation. Cache secured, Rebel Leader. You got yourself a new supply of military-grade weapons. A lot, I hope. I mean, every weapon we have is one less we have to worry about. And what about Jan? Did you find her? Yeah, I did. She took some drying out, but she came around. Okay, I guess we just slide right past here. And, boy, Twin Shot's not very good for us, huh? When you prepare a card, deal 2 damage to a random opponent argument. Maybe we take this and we just start picking up some prepare stuff. We did already take a card. 6 max resolve just seems very boring, you know? I'm gonna take this. Alright, well I guess let's go have a chat with Philemo. Jand approaches. Hey, Rook, good news. The extra weapons pretty much sold themselves. Your share comes out to 100 shills. And Jand will love us, or we can set her back to neutral while demanding extra money. We don't know Jand yet, right? Whenever you murder her, you do get to steal her rocket launcher. You know what? Let's be loved by a person who has a rocket launcher. I thought we were going to give this money to the Rise. No, we definitely never said that. Well, my money does go to the Rise, but you got to eat, don't you? Remember, in the war on injustice, you're a resource too. See you around, Rook. Jan turns on her heel, probably to find some new watering hole to roost at. Wow. Okay. That's fun. That's a good one. I'm into it. Thank you very much, Jand. We made the right decision. I love rocket launchers. Hey, Errant. Okay, nothing I can do. I was kind of hoping we'd be able to give Errant some money to become best of friends, but what next? Cut to the chase, don't you, old chap? We need Galth dead. Do I know? Galth dislikes me already, so what did this particular sap do to deserve it? We're paying for results, not questions. Yep, understood. Okay, no questions asked, just murders. Just murders asked. That seems very doable to me. And this is a good way to manage the number of people who have bad things to say about me. One glance at you and Galth's demeanor curdles. I am not allowed to requisition an RPG from this person, because, you know, problems. But so, okay, it's not just a thing that happens. I do need to go and meet someone and ask them for one. Spark Barons want you dead, and they hired me to do it. Hush off. I could bully him, or we could just drop him. Obviously, he will not care for this. If I bully him into leaving town, then I don't gain a new hated. He won't. It doesn't say he moves up to neutral, though. I will not be able to ask him for a rocket launcher afterward. He's not really that tough. I'm gonna try bullying, because I don't want to gain any Banes if we don't have to. Okay, so not an awesome start. I think actually I'm going to set it to heads. Well, that's also not amazing. And then I guess I'll play this. And also that, despite the fact that it doesn't do anything. I appreciate him not immediately going after the Urshan. It's a nice change of pace. Visionary Vulgar. Okay, got a couple of flips. May as well detonate that. And then we currently cannot save the pet. So I might do this just as a way to draw a card. But like if I draw a card, we're only going to have one action left. So we won't be able to save the pet either way. I guess let's do this. This might draw us a card and leave us with 2 actions. It did, but not in a way that's useful. Alright, well I guess we'll do this to reduce the overflow damage coming back on us, and then play Pleasantries to make sure that level up occurs. Well, that's a real shame. I could have taken the rig. I was kind of figuring we would play promote trickery afterward. I think that's still the play. Yeah, you know what? Let's just... Alright, just show me some red cards here. I do have 2 friends in the rise, you know? So... do I want to try to Slugstorm? Yeah, I guess there's no reason not to open with this. Unless... do I want to establish the dominance? The dominance is just 1. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'm not going to hit that thing. We're going to hope that the Slugstorm is going to do that for us. Hooray. That's a pretty good amount of damage. That turned out to be remarkably easy and very, very powerful for us. Let's take the replenish. Okay, I see. Yeah, let's keep its nails. Gain an influence versus draw a card. It's gotta be draw a card. And then... just another 1-cost card that makes us gamble. And usually will not apply composure. Because we don't get to rig that often. I do like gambling though. We have a good coin. I think I'm just gonna take another dig, honestly. Seems pretty good. Alright, whatever you say, I'll do it. You'll never see me again. Goth slinks away. I do not get the opportunity to ask for a rocket launcher. Let's go to the last stand. I want to make sure I get my daily requisition. Is there a member of the Rise around here? You're not Rise, right? What's your deal? You're just an unrelated civilian. You're just a bartender. What about at the Black Market? Does anyone at the Black Market count as being Rise? Probably not, huh? Yep, you're one of the Jakes. You're also a Jake. And Plaka is kind of a Baron, sort of. I kind of want to add a graph slot here. It's not that expensive. It does drop our HP. What kind of graphs you got today? Start of each turn, apply 1 ricochet to a random target. Whenever you spend your last... ooh, actually, give me that. I am trying to spend my last charge basically all of the time. So I guess we'll just hope to run into another member of the Rise later today. I mean, obviously, it'll be easy enough to get it tomorrow. Goth has been eliminated. Get our rewards. And wow, they are really not going to... they're never going to show me anything other than Twin Shot, huh? Well, I won't take it. I don't want it. Yeah, I guess I should have drilled that extra slot open. Grimdelia will die if we don't save her. We should probably do that. Yeah, okay. My friend Grimdelia. I don't even remember who is this? Wait, are we? We're not friends. I'm loved already. This doesn't even gain me anything. But fine, I'll save you. You make enough of a racket to draw Quarren's attention, and Grimdelia looks up at you with wide eyes. And then we swing in here, and we just try to get the job done without fighting, because it's about to be boss fight time. Okay, so we know we're gonna come up snails the first couple of times here. I guess let's start with draw a card. That's pretty compelling. And then it's like restored call it just to call it. This is going to draw me a card potentially. Yeah, like let's set it heads. And then I think I'm going to call it, get that flip, and then let's just see if the crown rationale wants to come through. Okay. A very productive first turn, I would say. Out here stealing my cards. Gains 2 composure for each red card you draw. That sucks and needs to go away. So let's call it so that we get our nice boosted dig. Wow, that stem is on hatch 1 already. Let us... Okay. Basically just flipping the coin to flip the coin. You know what? Draw a card, then prepare a card. And it does not matter at all what it is, but I get to fire my gab for the first time ever, which is fun. We'll get there on that. Okay, those are some pretty good cards you're stealing from me there, friend. So definitely get some XP on the dig, and then just blow things up with cash out. I'm starting to feel pretty good about the situation this deck is in. When this card is drawn, gamble. Or we can take another gab. I do love flipping our coin. Our coin right now is so good. I'm gonna do it. I think it's a fun card. We don't have a lot of good ways of using it yet, but we'll get there. You step off now. Be content with the beating you gave her. Otherwise, fine. But remember this, Grimdelia. Remember, I would have killed you without a second thought. I should probably have killed that dude. Alright, let's get you somewhere safe. I should probably have killed that dude, for sure. 16 metal is not enough to buy anything interesting, I'm pretty sure. Find a small patch of bogberries growing by the wayside. They don't grow much elsewhere. You know, some are poisonous, but you've heard rumors that others have powerful benefits. Now, if only you could recall which one's which. Well, let's do something really dumb. So, eating the rotten one feels too obvious, right? Because it's the one you would not intuitively want to eat. It being the right one, it feels too obvious to me. Let's try the spotted one, maybe? It's not long before your thoughts cloud over like morning fog. By the taste in your mouth, you'd guess you just ate something tart. But you can't seem to remember what it was. I lost 5 resolve. Oh, we're just going to eat them all. Stomach cramps like it's caught in a vice. Wiping the sweat from your brow, you think you might feel a little bit better. Oh, cool. Oh, wow. Actually, very cool. Bloated, but... Well, as long as we're eating berries, the juices bubble like a fermented brine, and you have a feeling you'll regret it later. But whatever doesn't kill you just made you stronger. Max health upgraded. Okay, cool. Honestly, I think that went just fine. You arrive at the drop point, this time without ambush. You jot quickly all the stuff, file your report, and find a message left by your counterpart on the other side of the wall. Printed instructions read, proceed to Grout Bog access gate and facilitate the entry of Ferdinand to the bog, accompanied by her cargo Oshnu. Escort Ferdinand to the black market, ensuring safe arrival of the cargo and completion of business transaction. After transaction, eliminate Ferdinand with discretion. Deliver proof of completion to Hebel. Okay. Interesting. That's a weird one. You find Ferdinand in animated conversation with the gate guard. I have the proper paperwork. You need to let me in. I told you already. That authorization is out of date. As of when? As of now, because I said so. Look, I don't make the rules. I just get to enforce them. You get the right stamps and you can go through. Ferdinand returns to her Oshnu to sort through reams of documents. And then Frash notices you. What the heck are you looking at? I'm looking at a guy who's going to be very easy to convince of a thing. I'd be surprised if the paperwork were wrong. The Admiralty's very diligent about such things. Here, let me take a look. Look at him, he's so adorable. Alright. Cool, the earworm. If this is in your hand at the end of your turn, add another earworm to your draw pile. Right. So I'm just going to go ahead and hatch that a little bit. That is just money. Let's just take some... No, wait. Let's not just take some money. Sorry, it is way better to play Slugstorm first. What am I talking about? Then we dig. Then we draw some cards. Hooray. Alright. Let's do this. Do I want to flip right now? Yes, I do, because I have a dig in my hand. Alright, well... Pretty lucky. So I think I am... Let's just throw the coin a few times, shall we? Try to draw into something exciting. You know, that was pretty good. Oh man, that would have been a really good time for it to come up heads. All right, let's give it one more go here. Damn it. Well, actually, that got me to 11 on cash out. So that actually is lethal. I kind of mid-term there, spaced on what catch out does. Turns out it's very good in this situation. Every time you gamble, reduce the cost of this card by 1. I think we're good. Yeah, you are right. I did misread the second clause of subsection 37 of the third page. All right, you go through, Ferdinand. Ferdinand is all smiles. That's very unsettling. Impressive work, Grifter. I assume you're my contact here. Indeed. I'm your silver tongue or silver bullet, whichever the situation requires. Let's be on then. The sooner I'm back in Murder Bay, the better. Ferdinand grabs the reins of the Oshnu and you set out. And hopefully we get stopped by some Rise who want to give me a rocket launcher. The usual cacophony of the bog life falls silent and you realize you're being followed. I know you're there. Why not be civilized about this and show yourself so we can talk this through like reasonable adults? You hear whispers. Yep, I accidentally right-clicked there. Sorry. We're here to commandeer this shipment for the good of the cause. We want Ferdinand, too. She'll fetch a good ransom from her Admiralty masters. The Rise is demanding you turn over Ferdinand and the Oshnu. I don't want to do that, though. So I guess we try to run you off? I'm pretty good at that. Kurgian will dislike me, which means, you know, I can't ask for a rocket launcher right now anyway. Yeah, let's just run you off. You don't know who you're dealing with, do you? I almost feel sorry for you. Yeah, you tell him, Bort. I assume the Oshnu's name is Bort, for obvious reasons. So all of the damage is currently coming towards my face, which I think is just fine. Pretty good. We could just throw down a reckless insults here. I guess I'm gonna do this and set the coin for draw me a card. Okay, promoted trickery is interesting. Yeah, we'll incept some flustered. That seems fine. Stupid earworm. Stupid expensive earworm. And of course, the turn where we have some intimidation out, we have no red cards. Guess let's do that, and then let's just flip coins for damage. Sorry, I should have followed up immediately with Slugstorm. That was a weird play. I don't really want to get hit with that. Well, they've gone and made this earworm free, so I guess let's get rid of it. Oh, it does take a point off of that. And then we kind of don't care what happens here beyond getting XP on Dig. Do I want another unplayable card? I don't think so. As much as I'm enjoying this, gambling constantly strategy, I think that card's just not really worth a card slot as it appears there. This ain't worth the trouble. Rise, away! The Rise agents melt back into the bog. You think we could have taken them? I don't know. Don't think we need to know either, so long as they think we could have. That is a solid strategic insight. You approach the black market. Ferdinand pulls you aside. Let me do the talking, all right? You're just the muscle. The Jakes spot you. Who's there? Who do you think it is? This is not a good way to start. It's the shipment you ordered, you damn Jake. The Admiralty weapons? Keep it down. I think there might be a couple of barons in the bog who didn't hear that. Your little conflict is your business. Here are the weapons. You have the payment? Right. Here's for you and here's for the grifter, just like the contract stated. We're done then? Yeah, we're done. The Jakes start unloading the Oshnu. Ferdinand turns to you. Damn Jakes. Can't trust them. Hey, I did save your life back there. Was that about my cut? Okay, just a planted evidence thing. Very straightforward. Looks like we don't really have a very fancy play from here. Let's, I think I am just going to set the coin to heads. Let's see another card. Okay. Let's hope to flip back to the other side. Cool. Excellent. And then I guess I'll just play this. Someday, Gabs. We'll make it work. That's a lot of maneuvers. Alright, I'm going to get rid of that, and then I guess there's not really anything else to do here, right? I am going to take some damage. That's rough as we're getting closer to the end of the night. Play this to do nothing, then play this for the win. And the pocket bomb has become 4 damage. Yep, pretty much exactly what I expected. If this is prepared, 3 damage and then draw a card. You know what? I'm gonna learn how to prepare things. That's gonna happen. I was gonna give it to you after. But here, take it now, I guess. You did get me here in one piece. Now let's get out of here. I don't want to spend any more time in the bog than I have to. Well, no, hold on. I want to go shopping. Do we buy a new graft slot? Or do we just guarantee that we're taking a combat graft next? I guess I shouldn't probably, because it'll drop us 15 HP, right? So we'll go into the boss fight with like 38, or we'll have to go buy food. Buying food's not so bad, though. Yeah, let's just do it. And then I guess I should look at your negotiation graphs, but that's kind of cool. Whenever you draw a card after your initial hand, apply composure. Yeah, none of these are really worth going after. All right, hey you, let's remove cards. Let's burn some cards. How about some of these very unexciting hunker downs? And then from this deck, what do we want to pull out? I'm going to keep the Gabs. I'm going to try to make that work. Do I want to get rid of, like, Decisive Pleasantries, maybe? Look at this. I'm trying to think if there are any cards here that I think are just so unexciting. Honestly, maybe we should just drop Reckless Insults. It's really not working out. We're just not a dominance deck. Yeah. And then, do you have anything really fun? Vulgar's good. Vulgar's quite good. I'm going to take another one of those. And with that, I think we just move on. So here's our secluded location, you know, for the murder. Is this the way to the gate? Did you get us lost? Not lost, secluded. My instructions are to eliminate you. Seems your employers don't want to leave any loose ends. They what? Oh, hush. That's why they gave me this post, isn't it? Look, you don't have to do this. I can disappear. I'll go back to Docktown. No one will ever hear from me again. Yeah, the thing about that is, attack Ferdinand. Ferdinand will dislike you. The thing about that is, I don't exactly know what the deal is with my employers, but I'm more afraid of them than I am afraid of you. Alright. So let's open up with the hair trigger. And then just a kick, I guess? We'll armor almost all of the damage off anyway. Hell yeah, Bog Secret. Bog Doom doubles the target's panic meter. Interesting. And then I guess I am going to just go ahead and throw that up. Yeah, I think those Bog Secrets have been well worth the effort. So I was definitely hoping for the ability to empty my charge pool. I guess let's scour for it. Did not find it. Well, I can apply a little bit of defense to our friend. And then, unfortunately, we really don't have a very good sequence here. Yeah, I guess let's go ahead and play this. And I'll use the shovel too, just because we're already pretty close to the end of this. Pardon me. Hey, there's that visionary hammer. Alright, who needs XP? You do. I may as well also play Hunker Down. Yeah, we have some pretty okay cards. Kind of think we're just not doing any of this. Yeah, let's just decline. Upgrade this kick into hell yes, Lucid Kick. Perfect. Honestly, the other one with the cost reduction on empty, would also have been fine, I think. Ferdinand is dead. You take her badge and give the rest to the bog, which happily accepts. Yeah, the bog and I are best of friends. Let us go and get a drink. Hey, Hebel, could I please buy a meal? Because we're still going to have a boss fight, right? All right, here. Job's done. All right, let's pick a graft reward, and they only showed us battle ones this time. Lose 2 power the first time you take enemy damage. You know, that seems okay. At least, like, 2 power for the first turn is cool. 10 max health is also cool. Let's take this. You'll play with Suzette. Hold on. Yeah, all right, there we go. Fleckfist. Grifter, I have a situation that needs dealing with. Well, if you have a situation, I would suggest that you find a way to deal with it. I have. You will deal with this situation, or Calandra will hear about all the time you're spending with the Barons. Are you shaking me down, Fleckfist? You call it what you want. But cross me and I'll crush you. Alright, what is it that you want? The Barons are testing a new digging machine. If this thing works like they say it's going to, they'll be able to cut the workforce in half. So you want me to make this test fail? No, it already has. We have a person on the inside that modified the control routines. Okay, so what's the problem? They were too thorough. The machines run amok. If the Barons shut it down and recover the core, they'll know what we did and they'll continue testing. Ah, so you need me to cover your tracks. Yes, with explosions, preferably. What kind of machine is this, exactly? It's more of an armored battle mech. With lasers. And a rocket leg. They were using that to dig holes? Ah, that's the Barons for you. How did you sabotage the machine? We have leverage on one of the Baron techs. They did things to it. Computer things. Oh no, that's the most sinister kind of thing. What the heck is a computer? That beats me, whatever's inside an automech's head, I guess. You know, I thought the Rise was good at making things explode. Why would you need my services? Every member of the Rise has to be individually trained, equipped, and motivated to fight. They're expensive to replace, and sending them into a meat grinder is bad for morale. But I've got leverage on you. That makes you cheap. Enough questions. Time for you to kill the machine. Fleckfist leaves the bar, headed back to Rise HQ, no doubt. Okay, well that's pretty straightforward, I guess. Have I ever seen you before, Ming Nui? Huh. I do not think I ever have. I'm gonna not drink with you right now, even though we have plenty of money and could potentially use a little bit of resolve. You approach the dig site and find a small contingent of Rise hunkered down behind a dead Oshnu. All is quiet, but a faint charnel smell hangs in the air, hinting at recent violence. Oh, thank Hesh, the relief is here. The thing's retreated back into the hole to recharge. I don't know if we can repel it again when it comes back. You need to shut it down. You fought this thing. What can you tell me about it? It's a beast. We poured everything we had into it, and all we managed to do was knock its leg off. Then the damn thing just started shooting flames at us out of the stump. Okay, I mean, obviously I'm going to need a little bit of backup here. We've already suffered losses. I'm not going to order any more of my people to their deaths. Look, if I attack this thing alone, it'll just kill me, and then it'll come for you. Our only chance is to take it on together. Alright, so yeah, play that card to end the battle. That's my friendly pet, you be nice. Nobody's ever polite about the pet. All right, let us open with some draw, I guess. Not gonna lie, that did not quite go the way I wanted. Let's draw some more cards. I was kind of hoping to find a way to save the pet. Well, I think we're just gonna lose our pet effect, unfortunately. This is free. Let's see what happens. Seems pretty solid. And then I guess we just... You know what? Let me do this. Let me go ahead and flourish a little bit here. Might be we could draw some cards. Okay, well... How many cards in my deck? Okay. 2 of the 6 cards we have left have some amount of composure on them. We just, I guess, didn't get there. That said, we can just end the negotiation this turn, which I think is kind of cool. Obviously, I'm not going to. But let's go ahead and play cash out and blow that up. And then we'll just, yeah. So we have to find our way back around to the other, to the receive support card. 14 cards in the deck. You know what? Let's just start drawing. Alright, so we have nothing to deal damage to at this point. All we're looking to do is draw some cards. Well, let's try this. Nope. Yeah. Having a little bit of trouble finding it. I do not care to play the ones that are not the original, but I will absolutely play the original if we find it. Cost 2, huh? That's unfortunate. I do want to play it though. We got to get it closer to hatching. Draw 2 cards, discard a card. Show me, damn it. Well, so we've lost one of the things is going back. And now we will draw receive support, of course. Kind of goes without saying, really. Let's set that to heads. So Sluggish Rationale into Slug Storm gets us where we're going. All right, it was a little messy. Do we want any of these negotiation cards? No, we do not. Fine, take the volunteers and just take care of that thing. I'll cover your retreat. You know, from here. All right, and don't get my people killed. You walk toward the pit in silence and peer over the edge. You see a faint glow deep in the bowels of the bog. You pick up a small rock and throw it in. There's a rush of hot air as the mech rises from the deep. Oh, that's not as scary as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger, you know? Engage this. Solid action movie dialogue right there. Alright, stupid twig. So, what's your deal? You got that rocket leg. Multi-attack applies burn unless mitigated. Immune to bleed and wound, but piercing does lots of damage. Gains 6 defense every turn. Alright. I do like that. It's not immediately necessary. Maybe we don't play it this turn. Maybe I just do Charged Blast and pass with this thing up. I think probably get as much shovel as we're ever going to get, and then also just get some XP on Ripper. Alright, yep, that's good, everybody. Just sit there and flex. Oh, cool. Immune to damage and debuffs while any allies with the pylon are alive. Okay, well... Let's crank into... Just like doing some damage. I guess I didn't need to crank. I was just thinking we're gonna play crank because, you know, XP. And then we do clean open. Do I even want to bother with the letter opener? So automatic boss bit's gonna set my ass on fire, which is not great. Let's try to force their attacks a little bit closer together. So you're immune to damage and debuffs. Okay, yeah. Well then, I guess I just hit end. Yeah, it really does feel like my allies are not trying here. Okay, Visionary Hammer was a good draw. Bog Doom is, unfortunately, total garbage. May as well just use that to do this, to redirect everything to the boss. And then... do I bog down? I guess I may as well. Okay, so you have... okay, Reticle is just garbage. I have no problem removing that in exchange for that card being free. Then we have a really good boosted blowout, which leads into... hold on, sorry, Pistol Whip first. And this is a pretty good time for a Lucid Kick, honestly. I'm really pleased with the way this is going. Maybe that's a very foolish thing to say in the middle of a boss fight. Solid flash kick, very cool. Stupid thing in my arm, just doing stuff. Spend charges to apply impair. Okay, cool. You get Ripper again, because Reticle is, like, extremely not good. It just doesn't do anything. And then... yeah, Hair Trigger, and... do I want to go down to 0? Do I maybe want to hit the crank? Because Visionary Hammer's in the deck. We're coming back around to that part of the thing. And I do still, you know, we do still need to get XP on this. My team does remarkably little actual fighting. There's a lot of just like standing around and buffing. Okay. High yield Lumen Bomb seems pretty okay here, I think. It's a shame that multi-attacks don't overflow the way they, like, pretty intuitively ought to. If you are attacking twice and something dies after the first attack, it probably should just flow on to the next thing, right? Ah, it's a shame. I can't get rid of all my charge. Well, that being the case, let's just do this into a kick for some kicking XP. All that build up to get that dude to actually launch an attack, and that's what he did. This seems potentially pretty powerful. And then we may as well rip her into clean open. After which I will not be able to spend charge. So I'll have 6. As things stand right now, if I just played like hair trigger or something, I have enough health that I take no, or enough composure that I take no unmitigated damage, and so do not catch fire. And so maybe that's a better play. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to take blowout and then just leave it in the deck. All right. Do we have it? No. My draw was pretty bad, actually. I think I just kick him, and then unfortunately that means our allies do not all survive. The poor cobble dog is gonna burn here. Is gonna take lethal damage from their burn, rather. What an annoying time. Did you have to? Did you really have to? Well, my pet is here, perhaps somewhat unnecessarily. May as well go ahead and just play that for the XP, and then, yeah, I guess blast them. Okay, the battle is exceedingly over. Let's just go ahead and do that. And then, great big blowout. Yeah, pretty solid. Summon a feral Autodog. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take all this. I'll take an upgrade to Hair Trigger. 3 bonus damage per charge spent. Yeah, definitely want to continue burning my charge out as fast as possible. We're probably not going to get a lot of love out of double time. I kind of feel like this is just a decline. Start of your turn, choose a card in your hand and prepare it. Yo. Yes. I do believe that that is exactly the kind of thing we need. The automac falls to the ground, its control circuits irreparably scrambled. You did good, Grifter. They're competent troops, they just need proper leadership. Try harder next time, will you? Fleckfus arrives on the scene as if summoned by your victory. You did good work, Grifter. I can see why Calandra keeps you around. Look, I danced to your tune. Are we on good terms now? No. Not yet. But you've proven yourself useful enough to keep around. Here, take this. It's a graft. Obviously, I'm not interested in a calamity jar. Battle card upgrades with multiple upgrades have one option fewer. I think the heirloom nucks are pretty bad, and the calamity jar is disastrous, obviously. But quickstrap seems okay. You wouldn't thank me if you saw the strings attached to that thing. My people will finish destroying the evidence. Make yourself scarce, Grifter, and don't let me find you fraternizing with the barons. Fleckfist lopes off, leaving heavy footprints in the bog. Alright, always a pleasure. So, no rocket launcher for today. We'll requisition one tomorrow at the beginning of the day, obviously. Free yourself, laborer. The bog is not something to be feared, but to be embraced. Oh, shut up, will you? Hey, Grifter, why don't you do something useful and send this lunatic packing? What is happening here? The problem is I'm just trying to get to work and this boghead won't stop following me around talking up his Oshnudung religion. It's not a religion, it is the truth. You see what I mean? I don't even have time for Hesh. I sure as hell ain't gonna worship a patch of mud instead. Why are you bothering people? I'm not bothering anyone. I'm saving them. Yeah, but saving them from what? From a life encumbered with the burden of flesh. The bog offers consumption. Consumption offers transformation. Transformation offers... Okay, this differs from Hesh how? Well, it's totally different. The bog is on land. Alright, I'm on his side. That sold me. Yeah, Liz, maybe you should just hear him out. What do you have to lose? Okay, so whenever I create a new argument, you gain stuff. That's, fine. That one's fine. So... I guess let's start by drawing a card. And then let's draw 2 cards. And then I think there is a legitimate question as to whether or not we draw 3 cards. It might not be the right thing to do, because we will not have any, actions left. Let's go for it. Let's see. Alright, easy. Turns out video games are easy. I do feel like this version of Rook is like, he's buying into all this bog stuff in a pretty serious way. Okay, well, we should definitely blow that up. So let's just play cash out, I guess. You know what? I'm gonna do the restored call it first. Hooray! +3 damage. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. I will, in fact, play Earworm. I will, in fact, play Stacked Deck. I will not gab, for I have no ability to do so. How many rigs? 4? Hell yeah. I don't know. Actually, that may be too many. Because, like, it is nice to be able to draw cards sometimes. Gamble it if it comes up red. Attack with this card twice. You know, that actually seems okay. I don't know if it's worth making our deck any less consistent, though. I think I'm just going to decline. Fine, I'll listen. It's probably more interesting than my job, at least. Have I told you about the 15 sacred fluids yet? You leave the pair to continue their theological discussion. Good, Reach should like me. I am a staunch friend of the bog, apparently. I have 395 shills. I'm gonna go buy a graph slot. Actually, let's buy a combat slot. Because I have so much money. Alright, I think we can just carry forward the rest of our cash into the next day. Although, now that I'm looking at it, hold on a second. We have a lot of metal too. Let's go toss some metal in here. It's not enough to buy any of these upgrades. Never mind. I thought I remembered that we had an upgrade at 30, but you know what? I think they double in cost. So that wouldn't even really be possible. Okay. Do you have any cards that I actually want? Nope. All right. I guess let's just call it a day. That was an eventful one. You dream of a barren wasteland and the things that were buried deep beneath the cracked earth. You'd think I'd be dreaming about the bog at this point. So, we managed to not really make anybody angry today, which is very unusual. You open your eyes to a new day. At least this one doesn't come with a new name and identity, too. And we're just going to go... I was going to go talk to Pengamont real quick. Ah, yes, the package came for us, right. Take it before it explodes. Let's open the package right here in case it does explode. Bundles of loose papers. Yeah, this is a thing we have seen before. Secure the loyalty of one of your contacts using the enclosed intelligence. Either one should know more about these boggers, who are our real concern. Intelligence file reveals the location of a bogger encampment and implies they've found a large cache of ancient technology. Okay, let's talk to Pengamont. I don't care about any of that. I just want coins. Gain dominance. That's kind of, I think we're going to keep our current coin. I don't think any of these are even close to an upgrade. In fact, I think all of these are downgrades on both effects. Alright, you really screwed up this time, Pengamont. Okay, I do believe that is where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, tomorrow, we're on to the important part of our duties here in the bog, which turn out to be the bog itself. I will see you then.